welcome to the Speeding Bulletin. My name is Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com. This is all Superman related news there was for the week December 4th to December 10th, 2009. Warner Home Video released images of the DVD and Blu-ray cover artwork for Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. The full-length animated film will be distributed by Warner Home Video as a special edition 2-disc version on DVD and Blu-ray high definition, as well as a single-disc DVD and on-demand and download. The animated movie will be released on February 23rd, 2010. ComicBookResources.com published a recent interview with Helen Slater, talking to her about her time playing the Maid of Might in the Supergirl movie. She said, "Looking back, it was just a very positive experience in terms of life experience and getting to be in the movies." In TV news, the CW released an image of Steve Bachik as the Dark Archer in the 10th episode of Season 9 of Smallville. Titled Disciple, this episode is scheduled to air on Friday, January 22nd, 2010. Fancast.com posted a small spoiler regarding the relationship between Green Arrow and Hawkman in the upcoming Smallville Absolute Justice telemovie. Though things may look super tense when the heroes meet, they will ultimately reach an accord. Justin Hartley said, "They did a really good job of making them rivals, and yet they realised toward the end that while they might not ever accept each other, they agreed to disagree." Fans wanting a piece of Smallville memorabilia will not want to pass up the eBay auction currently taking place. A Smallville Absolute Justice script signed by Kelly Souders, Brian Peterson, Jeff Johns, Tom Welling, Alison Mack, Justin Hartley, Pam Grier, Phil Morris, Brent State and Wesley Machines is currently being auctioned off on eBay. Superman homepage reviewer James Lance continues reviewing episodes of the 1950s Adventures of Superman TV series. Check out his review of The Human Bomb, in which Better Butler thinks he can keep Superman stymied with an explosive threat to kill Lois while having a museum robbed. While Jeffrey Taylor continues reviewing episodes from Superman the Animated Series, come by the site now to read his review of Season 2 episode titled Prototype, featuring Superman up against a cop inside LexCorp's battle armour. There are a couple of big announcements from DC Comics this week. Firstly, starting next year, DC Comics will unveil Superman Earth 1 and Batman Earth 1, two graphic novels spotlighting the most powerful heroes of the DC Universe, with their first years and earliest moments retold in a standalone original graphic novel format on a new Earth with an all-new continuity. Superman Earth 1 will be written by J. Michael Straczynski, with art by Shane Davis. AintItCool.com spoke with J. Michael Straczynski and asked him all about his new job writing Superman Earth 1. He said, "I'll be straight up with you. I'm not here to change his story into something it was never intended to be so that I can make my mark on the character. It's about respecting the character and his origins." While artist Shane Davis spoke with ComicBookResources.com about Superman Earth 1, saying, "What I wanted to try and get away from visually is some of the Superman stereotypes." ComicBookResources.com spoke with Sterling Gates and asked him about his stories in the World's Finest miniseries and the ongoing Supergirl title. In regards to the World's Finest title, he said, "I love seeing those two families work together. I mean, they're two of the biggest mini-universes within the DCU, joining forces to stop common enemies." Now, the second big announcement I referred to was in regards to the next big event taking place within the regular Superman books in 2010. Titled War of the Supermen, the first zero-numbered issue hitting stands in May will kick off an event that is sure to change Superman's status quo. Matt Idelson said, "War of the Supermen is the culmination of literally years of stories in the Superbooks, all building to a destructive conflict which can have no victors." Matt also spoke with Techland.com saying, "While War of the Supermen is designed so it can be read on its own, the story of the characters, both the main characters and supporting cast, that have populated Superman's books in his absence will be told in the individual titles and some tie-ins." Adventure Comics assistant editor Will Moss posted a blog entry at DC's The Source, giving us an update on what's happening with the title after Jeff Johns finishes his run. He said that Adventure Comics number 8 is the start of a 4-issue arc connecting Adventure to the next big Superman story, Brainiac and the Legion of Superheroes. The Superman homepage Ask Matt fan forum was updated this week. Come by the site now to see what Superman Comics editor Matt Idelson had to say in reply to questions put to him by fellow Superman fans. The 30th episode of the From Crisis to Crisis podcast is now online. This week, Jeffrey and Mike will discuss the books that came out with a November 1988 cover date. These included Superman number 23 and Adventures of Superman number 447. Superman comic books we reviewed this week included Superman World of New Krypton number 10, which was reviewed by Ralph Silver, who gave it a 5 out of 5 rating, saying, "Let me be blunt, this series rocks." While Tom L. looked back to August 1961 and reviewed Action Comics 279, which featured the story The Super Rivals. Superman comics shipping this week from December 9th include Action Comics 884, Adventure Comics number 5, which is also available in an alternate cover, DC Universe Holiday Special 2009 number 1, Super Friends number 22, JLA Year 1 New Printing trade paperback, Superman Supergirl Maelstrom trade paperback. In other news, MattyCollector.com announced the upcoming release of a new line of action figures that looks to the past for inspiration. Based on the look of vintage figures, the brand new line called Retro Action DC Superheroes will be released through Toys R Us stores and online retailers sometime around March or April 2010. There will be 3 waves of 4 figures in 2010, starting with Superman, Sinestro, Lex Luthor and Hal Jordan Green Lantern in Wave 1. That's all the Superman related news there was for the week December 4th to December 10th. I'm Steve Younis from SupermanHomepage.com.
Welcome to Bailey Planet. This will be the last Bailey Planet where I am 29. I'll be 30 next week. I know, I look 23. But, no. Har. This Bailey Planet is going to be on the subject of the fact that Chloe and Ollie are murderers and Clark Kent is still not acting like Superman. I was thinking about this lately, and the show seems to have completely glossed over the fact that Chloe was aiding and abetting murder last year, and the fact that Ollie has killed someone. And the reason is because they've turned away from their dark path and been good for a while. They did this with Lex a lot, too. Like, they'd flash have him murder somebody, and then, he's kind of redeemed and hanging around, and Lana's defending him. Ollie tried to kill somebody. That is a line you don't step back from. And if you do it in TV shows, it's bad TV. He blew up Lex Luthor, and I know Lex Luthor can't come back to life, or is gonna be coming back to life because that's the story. But he doesn't know that. His character doesn't know that. It's bad storytelling. I know Chloe has forsaken Doomsday, and oh, what an idiot I was. People are still dead in a field in Smallville. I mean, you have to address that. It's a character thing. But those are tertiary, no, they're not tertiary characters. Doomsday's a tertiary character. They're not main characters like Superman, who have to develop themselves into something. The whole focus of Smallville is this arc of Superman going from kid to Superman. And one of the biggest letters I get whenever I criticize something Clark does, like when he held Tess up by the neck about 4 feet into the air, which would have killed most people, I get lots of letters that say, well, he's not Superman yet. He's still learning. Give him a break. Let's see. He was 14 when the show started. 14 plus 9 is 23. He's 23 years old. If I held somebody up by the neck when I was 23, I would be regarded as a hardened criminal. And that's the thing. I'm not a big moralistic kind of guy. I'm not like, oh, where have the morals of today gone? But Superman is the embodiment of our greatest pragmatic hopes in terms of moral life. And the idea that he would not have fully formed that morality by the time he's 23, or even by the time he's 18. Because a lot of the principles that guide my life were formed by the time I was 12. And granted, sometimes I would be selfish when I was childish. In my teenage years, and everybody makes mistakes, even Superman. But the thing is, by the time Superman is about 18 years of age, he needs to start being Superman in a proper telling of its origin. And the thing is, it's very, very dramatic to have him hold Tess up by her neck. But it's bad storytelling, and that kind of crap needs to stop. They need to make Chloe deal with her crap, make Ollie deal with her crap, and make Superman Superman all the time. Or the end result is that the show is not going to be coherent in the long form.